Jacob, you've written other novels on your own previous to this?
Yeah, I mean, I've written a little bit of military science fiction, young adult fantasy,
And Heather writes too.
And Heather writes too.
Yeah.
We wrote a steampunk, young adult steampunk novel together. So, yeah, I was just doing different things. I wrote a trilogy of giant robot novels.
Stomping robots.
Yeah. I love my stompy robots. But when I started working on Gordian with David, particularly with plotting out, doing like the detailed design work in the background, I really felt like I pushed the quality level up a notch. Like, David, I'm going to bring my A game to this because, I mean, why wouldn't I? I mean, look who I'm working with.
See, you do realize I'm the one sitting in the beam of light coming down here. I just thought I'd mention that.
So, I poured my all into designing, Cisco and the admin and designing the time machines and the time travel rule set and whatnot.
One thing that Jacob interjected into the novels that I had not thought about, but that I'm glad that he did, is that he's created a near miss for each of these societies.
Mm-hmm.
An instance in which their own technology almost killed them.
I remember the dog.
Yeah.
Yes, the dog.
You make him watch the dog. That, by the way, that's him. Okay, I would not have done that to a dog.
Yeah.
The old guy floating on it, being out. That I might have done, but not the dog. But anyway, in essence, what we have here is we've created a scenario in which these two highly advanced technologies that we have are actually maybe the statistical anomalies that didn't figure out a way to kill themselves with their own tech accidentally on the way through. Now, we haven't said that, but there have to be readers out there going like, oh boy, they have a really bad view of what technology can accomplish. But it does so much to underpin why these two societies are shaped the way they're shaped. Mm-hmm. And so in giving me the societies going in the directions I needed them to go, he established, by creating the near misses, he gave a much more textured reason for why these two societies are going the way they're going than I had actually contemplated.
They have some very good reasons for stepping cautiously.
And for not trusting each other's decisions.
This is true.
Okay, I mean, one of them almost got eaten by out-of-control nanotech, and the other one almost got eaten by an AI. So one is like, you let your AIs run around loose, and the other was, you use nanotech all the time. It's kind of like, well, yeah, of course we do. So it is interesting to see the juxtapositioning. And one of the things that happens in Valkyrie that's kind of cool is characters who were villains in Gordian are not the people they were, and yet they have to confront the fact that right up to the instant it went off the track in Gordian, they were. So like Shigeki, Kasaba Shigeki, who is like the guy who tried to kill Ray. Well, he actually tried to not kill Ray. Okay, he was the guy who said Ray.
He tried to not kill him before he tried to kill him.
But basically he was trying to preserve his own universe. Okay, and he really has no idea, except from what Siskov has told him, what happened.
Did any of that happen? Because
he didn't have anything to do with it. This Shigeki didn't. But he's forced to confront the fact that the guy who made those decisions was him right up to the moment those decisions were made. And one thing that we haven't really gotten into too much here, but that I think is sort of implicit in what we're looking at here, is that he's now aware that he could have made those decisions. And I think that Shigeki became a much more layered, textured character because of that. Klaus Wilhelm was still Klaus Wilhelm.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way it is, But we had kind of the goldfish scene again with the scene where Shigeki and Klaus Wilhelm are having their discussion about who did what to whom. Jacob had structured a scene, and my first reaction was, well, I don't want to go there. And I thought, wait, I can make this even worse, which will make it even better. So I did. How can I say? But that's another thing that happens is that Jacob and I kind of riff off each other in terms of the elements that go into the story, too. And at this point, honestly, I would say that Jacob... See, I've got so many irons in the fire that I have general notions about what I want to do, but until I get to a specific project, I'm not really focused in on it. And I have it filed under general ideas for the future, okay? And then I take it out and say, now I have to build this universe. And then I spend 4 days figuring out how to put the Navy together and make the technology work, whatever. All right, well, what's happening here is that Jacob is taking the general notion of what's going to happen out of the file cabinet for me. And then he's going, why don't we do this? Okay. And it's great. Okay. I mean, and I find myself in the interesting position of being the person who is like, well, that's really a great idea.
I was going to say, I recall you saying he's had ideas that you didn't even think of that worked in the book better than...
Well,
I've sworn that I'm going to be a good boy and not destroy any universes in the third book.
No more universes. We're going to call you Shiva.
You've made me promise.
No more universes in the next book. And the one after that, I'm going to try and hold him to
at least two. At least two.
I'm going to try and hold him to at least, no more than a galaxy or two in the next few books. I mean, but he makes me think of something that Jerry Pournelle said. Pournelle said, living at the bottom of a gravity well has accustomed us to think small. Okay, and I'm realizing that for Jacob, that living at the bottom of gravity was no problem. I'll think big. I said, but David, I have the big picture here. But it's great. Ideally in a collaboration, there almost has to be somebody who ultimately is the senior partner. But a good senior partner doesn't overrule the junior partner without a damn good explanation for why he's doing it. And ideally what happens is if either partner has a problem, they say this is the problem, and the two of them work out a fix for it. Mm-hmm. Okay, and generally speaking, it doesn't turn out like a camel, which was a horse designed by a committee. Okay, it turns out as okay, they got together and they fixed it. Not they just said, well, let's do both, kind of thing. And when you can do that, and there's a genuine synergistic effect, that you really are both being pushed into places that you wouldn't have gone by yourself.
I know I've been pushed.
but that's when that's because I'm a pushy guy. But that is when a collaboration hits gold. Okay, and I think that the Gordian Protocol and the Valkyrie Protocol did very much so. I'm very happy with both books. And I think and I'll say this too, Jacob is one of the very few people who I would and did trust to write what is essentially a naval battle in a book that I'm associated with. Generally speaking, if there's a naval battle in there, they all say, let David do it. Okay, well, Jacob did the military engagements in both books, first pass through. And I did a little tinkering and tweaking. But those are basically the battles that Jacob wrote. And I think they hold up very, very well.
Mm-hmm. I worked really hard on them. I had a lot of spreadsheets.
Yeah.